So what would you say the pros and cons are to a straight-to-series deal?
That's an interesting question, actually. That's a very thoughtful question. I mean, the pros are that you get to, you've got 10 hours to explore your material, to explore your themes. And sometimes the danger of a pilot is you kind of got to throw all your balls up in the air to juggle in the pilot, and you've got to tap dance, you've got to jump through hoops and go, wow, look at us, we're, as our pilot. Which on one level can be great, but another level doesn't allow you sometimes to breathe and let the drama breathe and the characters breathe and have the confidence to sometimes, introduce your audience to the show in a more sometimes thoughtful way. For example, we have a major character in our show we don't even introduce till episode 2. Now you wouldn't take that risk if you were a pilot. The cons are, I think, that you really hit the ground running. You don't have, if you're a pilot and you get picked up, you have a period of time to reflect on the pilot, to think about, okay, the things you got right, the things you didn't get right. When you're straight to 10, you just hit the ground running. And so you don't have that sense, you don't have that ability to stop and, you finish 1 and then you're on to 2 and then you're all the way through to 10. So it has pros and cons, but I think for me, the pros outweigh the cons, just because you can really, you've got a 10-hour canvas. As a creator of the show, you've got a 10-hour canvas to which to weave your story.
So would you say it's better for the actors in this situation because they don't have to wait on, oh, it's a pilot, am I going to actually get picked up with the series?
Yeah, I mean, I think for an actor, there's obviously advantages because you can go to them and say, look, we've got an order for 10, and so you're not sending them through pilot hell of like, oh my God, are we going to get picked up? You can do, sometimes some years you do an amazing pilot that for whatever reason doesn't get picked up. So I mean, because if you think about it, you have to make the same effort to set up a pilot as you have to make to set up 10 hours. You have to build the same sets, you have to cast the same cast members, you have to hire, it's the same crew. So the effort involved in doing a pilot is the same as the effort involved in the initial setup effort in doing 10. So.
And so have you ever watched ABC's Revenge at all?
I haven't watched ABC's Revenge, and that's my bad. We don't have it in the UK. That's no excuse, and I obviously don't download things illegally.
Right.
So I haven't got a chance to see it yet, but I will, maybe buy the DVD while I'm out here or get it on Netflix while I'm out here.
And would you say Seeking the Truth?
Is it a good show?
It is, and I was going to ask you to compare it to this one because of similar principles.
So much better.
Yeah.
So much better. I don't know. I'm talking rubbish. I don't know what Revenge is about. I guess it's about revenge.
Yeah, it is,
right.
And it has similar principles with justice and vengeance, so I was going to ask you to compare the two, but it's fine.
Yeah. No, ours is, I don't know about Revenge. I can say about ours, it's the idea of justice versus vengeance, and, Grace is a character who sort of loses her moral compass over the 10 hours, and the lines blur between, she loses a sense of who she is, and I think she doesn't know until she comes face to face with her son's killer in episode 10 what's it going to be. Is it going to be justice? Is it going to be vengeance? And that's a moment that will define her, and that will go on to define her in coming seasons.
And so you personally, would you say that it's important to seek the truth, or would you just say to let it go?
Oh, that's a different question from justice and vengeance. It's important to see the truth. It depends if you want the truth.
Would you want the truth?
If I was in her situation, is the question more about justice versus vengeance, or would I want the truth? Would I want to know who killed my...
Exactly. Would you say?
Yeah, and what I would do, I don't know. There's a part of me that is, I have a 3-year-old daughter, and there's a part of me that if anyone harmed her, I'd take a baseball bat to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know that I would have to live with the consequences of that, and I know that it's not what I should do, and I know that it would, mess up my life if I did that. But there's an elemental part of me that would just be so enraged that that's what I would do, and so that's what our show plays with, that sort of elemental desire to what happens when you can't protect the one you love. But a cop who knows that justice is important, and that you have to uphold the rule of law, otherwise justice system, and so she's integral to the justice system. So dude, your questions are actually pretty good.
Thank you.
Seriously, what's this about?
Because I'm pretty good at what I do.
Pretty good,
Appreciate it. Hey, I just got the approval from the show producer. Thanks.
You're welcome.
For more celebrity interviews, log on to PopStop TV.com. Pop culture for the next generation.